It has been 4 or 5 days since the incident in the small gymnasium. The newspaper reported it as a gas leak. Piper, especially when you start going back through things that are mysterious, unexplained for large events, you start to see gas leak a lot. Gas leak is like the same thing as kids on drugs when it's really vampires. The media is not very they're not very savvy about creating new ways to explain away the things that are happening in Ocean Heights. So we're starting tonight with Bethany.
Okay.
You've had some time to think, to process. You were not outside, so you don't know necessarily what happened outside unless you have talked to Fiona or Piper. You do
All I
know that
know,
you're, yeah,
what's his face is dead, and my mom reacted badly to it.
it's true. Um, you've also realized your family is not perfect, so as you get up for school in this morning, is there anything that you're thinking about besides my life has really changed and I still have to go to high school? What the hell is that?
Well, I'm sure I had the discussion of, hey, I did this thing with these people who were possessed. Is that a normal thing, a part of our family? And I'm pretty sure they all went, no. To which I feel even more like a freak at this point because I'm doing things I didn't even know I could do. I'm looking at people and noticing their well, I figured out who the Slayer was when
Did you
3
tell your did you tell your mom especially that you met the Slayer?
Oh, yes, that is one of the things where she was the one who said, "Make friends with the Slayer, support the Slayer." I'm like, "Okay, well, I
Your mother has been asking you to invite the Slayer over pretty much ever since like for dinner, like invite the Slayer for dinner here.
I'm pretty sure she's not gonna really want to come, but I'll try."
Your mother promised IKEA Swedish meatballs for that dinner for incentive, I suppose.
Oh my god.
I wonder if that's a thing. Is it a thing that I think, oh crap, what is
That's
her
that's
name?
that's your mom trying to be like fancy to entice people to come to the houses like IKEA Swedish meatballs because in 2005 that was still like a kind of new thing.
Yeah. What was the Slayer's name again? I cannot remember it.
Fiona.
Yeah.
Fiona. Right, Fee. She likes to go by Fee. I mean, like, I don't know if Fee's gonna want. Okay, I'll mention Swedish meatballs and see how she reacts. But
Yeah, yeah.
no
All that
promises.
to yeah, all that to be said, you are now kind of hyper aware of the things that are kind of going on around you. Um, things have slowly become stranger and weirder, and it's kind of like now that you've pulled the cloche off the cake, you can only really see the
No.
cake now. So when you wake up at 5:36, because you do have to get to school because for some reason school starts at like 8 a.m. for whatever reason. Uh, your ears kind of tune to the sound of an ambulance rolling down your street, going by your house.
I'll look out the window, see where they're headed.
They are headed down to the end of your street, to the only apartment complex on your street. There are a few around Ocean Heights, but most of them aren't very tall, because there is an air rights ordinance hashtag burlesque. And so yes, I know I love air rights. So the argumentatively apartment buildings of your block, there's only one, and um, that is where the ambulance, fire truck, something with red flashing lights is heading, and a siren at the crack of 0:30.
Do I know anybody who lives there?
A couple kids you go to school with live there. If you've talked to Piper, You do know that there is sort of this trend of kids going missing, or perhaps Piper just mentioned it offhand. But it's not other possibilities this early in the morning. It's going to be someone really old or really young, probably.
Okay. I will basically shove myself into the nearest black clothing that is relatively clean and fits, and since it's all black, it should match, even though there's green blacks versus blue blacks and gray blacks, and life is not fair. But I shove myself into my clothing, brush my hair with my fingers, kind of thing, and grab my backpack, and I head out because I want to see what's going on. Because if it's something bad, like what we just dealt with last week, I know who I want to call. But you know, I mean, maybe it's just an old person who died. I don't know.
You never know. Give me a perception notice roll while you're on your way there.
Okay, I am rolling a physical dice. It rolled a 10. Perception is 3. Notice is where's notice? Oh, 2. So 15.
Yes. Great. 9 is the baseline for most things in this game, so you almost automatically were going to get it with the D10 roll of 10. It's only when you get like really high into the 30s that things can go right, but hilariously wrong. So it's not weird that it's stopping there, but your perception roll was not for your destination; it was for on the way. There are a whole bunch of kind of bugs on the grass on different lawns, but they all seem to be moving in a certain direction.
Are they all headed towards the apartment?
They're all headed away from the apartment.
What kind of bugs?
All kinds of bugs. Like even
Well,
ones you wouldn't see out early in the morning. Like, and they're all crawly bugs. They're no fly bugs.
I I try to stay away from them because I don't particularly like bugs. I don't particularly like crawly things. Uh I note it, but I don't like it, so I don't really do anything about it.
Yeah, and they're not bothering you. They are not like they're making no effort to get on the sidewalk. They're just all kind of moving in concert. It's a little too Pixar. It's a little too like what's going on
Okay.
here.
Oh, does my cell phone actually take a photograph at this? I can't remember.
Um, you
I don't
can
think it does.
take. Yeah, I don't think it. You can try.
It definitely doesn't take a good
Maybe.
photograph.
Yeah, you could take a very like. Yeah, unless you bought a digital camera from Walgreens in order to get crystal clear pictures in 2005, you're not. Or
Yeah,
yeah,
note to self, it's something I'm gonna need to take pictures of, but I'll need to do that. I take a picture and I'm like, yeah, nobody's gonna be able to see what that is. Okay, never mind. And then keep going towards the what's going on, just to kind of
yeah.
see.
So I'm going to present you with an opportunity.
Oh,
You get there, and the nature of this particular apartment complex, there's an open door. There is the ambulance fire truck combo thing going on. There are the sound of people working on the stairs, but there's no one guarding the hallway. There's also nobody outside gawking to see what's going on either.
okay, that's weird. This is one of those places where nobody ever admits to seeing anything, in which case they're all hiding. But there's no cops. There's just emergency response.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I will peek in and see what's going on.
All right. Somewhere Piper's like Veronica Mars senses tingle, and you're like, someone is doing a mystery. But let's have you do a sneak roll just to see how well this is gonna go for you.
Oh, right, the Pink
Um,
Panther.
There's a pink there's I'll call it a Pink Panther roll, but there is like a Pink Panther sneak roll.
Well, it says Pink
Let me
Panther
see if I
perception
do.
plus influence.
Uh,
You put it on my sheet.
oh yes, okay, yes, let's do that because I can't find the thing. There's like an actual rule for like sneaking, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, but let's do the Pink Panther rule because you've got that on your sheet because I was smart enough to do that as a GM.
So 3 plus 2, 5 plus 8. I rolled an 8. So
Rolled an
13.
8. You got a 13, which is great. I will come back to that in a moment. Kit.
Hello.
Jason, yes.
Yes, Jason.
As Jason, yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you working in your workshop at this fine morning? Did you go
course
to
I
bed
am.
last night?
God,
Have you
no.
gone to sleep? Are you trying to fix your computer monitor?
No,
What are
no,
you
no,
up
no,
to?
no. The first priority is salt was clearly not enough, and I'm not losing more books to this, but I also can't get rid of these things because I need to know what's up with the black rose petals. So the first thing is figuring out something that'll actually contain whatever the hell these things are.
All right. If you would like to give me willpower plus occultism, and you can choose either intelligence or knowledge to add this to for magical research.
I will go with intelligence. So
So
intelligence.
it's intelligence, willpower, and occultism.
Alright, that gives me. Come on, you. Dut. Roll the dice. Does my occult library give me my +1 for trying to research this, or no?
Not for this.
Okay, in that case, a 13.
13, you'd have made it with the 12. So the salt is supposed to mitigate things. Salt is very good in magical things. If you've learned nothing else, you've learned that. It's not getting any less dark. It is still that same black color of ink that it was on that fateful night when Mother came into your life.
Yeah.
So have you been trying different varieties of vessels? Have you been trying to like write in the books to see if anything comes back? What have you been attempting?
My first instinct is, if salt doesn't work, cold iron's an old standby. And you don't need much for that if you have the materials on hand. You just need to beat the hell of it into the shape you need.
It's true. I'm not going to
And I
make you roll
know.
for this. Yeah.
And I also know I have holy water on hand, so
Yeah.
container of salt with the rose petals. Put it in the holy water, surrounded by cold iron. If that doesn't do it, I'm screwed.
You actually got a really good deal on like this weird old fish tank aquarium thing that you have been kind of messing with to try to perfect something. You put one of your rune and weeps around it just in case.
Mhm.
Hasn't made anything worse, but hasn't made anything better. But as you are working on this, trying to desperately figure out what is going on, and after having talked with other kids that met Mother, but they met Mother through dreams instead of while waking, um, which perhaps you told them, or perhaps you didn't. You work out in your garage, you have a pretty good sight line to kind of the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And here's something you don't see every day. Insects walking in concert like a little marching band. Whole bunch of them. Like just they're not like coming up. They're not trying to get in your workshop. They're just kind of marching on down the road.
All right. Well, after I've finished, hopefully sealing this stuff away, I'll definitely be like, well, that's clearly weird. I should probably what? I gotta go check that out. Also, I probably haven't slept enough to make good decisions, so let's follow the bugs.
You following the bugs will require you getting on either a bike I would suggest a bike. I would not suggest driving, or a skateboard if you feel like you're a skateboarding Californian.
There's
But
no
it
way
will
he's a
require
skateboarder.
conveyance because there's a whole. You notice it's a whole bunch of bugs, and they're marching, and they're going somewhere, or
All
away
right.
from somewhere. They're on the
Well,
move. Bugs on the move.
all right. If it's that kind of distance, and I'm thinking that, like, all right, wait, no. Let's grab a backpack and put some supplies in it, then get on a bike.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I
So
will
you
take
put
a
some
bike because there's
supplies.
no way he's cool enough to be on skateboards.
Yeah, that's fine. You got a bike. It's light enough now. You don't have to have your little bell light on thing, which is really good. So Bethany, you get up to like the third flight of
Uh-huh.
stairs. The thing that you note is that there are more bugs,
Oh no.
and the higher you get up in the complex, the more bugs you see, and then, well, your brain says cobwebs, but
Oh
they're
no.
not cobwebs. But your brain is like cobwebs because it's strands of white stuff. But your brain is also like dandelions? Question mark. Because it's just this white silky stuff that's just like on the walls,
Okay, it's not like impeding me.
not impeding you. It's just like on the walls. The bugs don't seem to care about it, so they don't feel threatened by it, maybe potentially.
Okay.
But the higher you get up, the closer you get to where you can hear paramedics at,
Okay.
the more you start seeing the stuff.
Okay. Uh oh crap. They're probably gonna want some of this, aren't they? I am gonna do something. I'm going to
Yeah.
call Piper on my cell phone while I'm
Ooh.
trying to sneak forward and
All
not be
right.
seen.
You can do that. Piper, you are actually awake when Bethany calls because you have a voicemail in your mailbox that someone sent to you while you were sleeping. Because it's 2005, so we're still using voicemails, y'all.
I take note that I have a voicemail, but I answer Bethany's call. Hello?
Hey, I'm at this apartment complex on
You are
123.
at the
No,
Murphy Elms apartment complex.
I'm at the Murphy Elms apartment complex. Something very, 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 very strange is happening. One, bugs are running away from the place in formation. Two, there's something weird on the walls. Three, I'm just about to see why all the ambulances and emergency people are here. And I thought I would call somebody because I didn't tell anybody I was leaving my house or coming here. So if I scream, please come rescue me.
I'm on my way. Um,
Can you
I
grab Fee maybe?
yeah. I was gonna is texting a thing? I can't remember. Can we text in the night?
Yes,
I didn't have a
just
cell phone in the
you're
90s.
just
It
out
wasn't a
of
thing for me.
so you're just out of T9. So no one has to live through T9 unless they have an older cell phone. So potentially Simon still has a T9 cell phone. But more likely than not, you have an advanced enough cell phone technology where you don't have internet and you take crappy pictures, but you can text without having to like type 4 times to get an S.
Okay. Actually,
Hashtag only
Hey,
90s kids remember. Damn you,
hey,
90s kids.
if Simon was like me, he actually knew how to use T9 without having to press the number 9 4 times to get an S.
That's really cool, and nothing I ever learned. In any case, Simon's probably the only one of you that has a T9. But regardless of that, texting is something that can be done, yes.
I'm
okay.
like, I can leave you on here, I can close, but don't call me because I don't want them to see me until I can figure out what this is. So,
Okay. Okay. Well, why don't we do this? stay where you are for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna call Fee real quick and give her just the bare bones basics and have her meet me with you, and then call me back and put me on mute, and that way I can hear what's going on and I'm with you and while I'm on my way.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Um,
I close the I'm like, okay, and then I hang up. I stop and
you
pet the
hang-
cat in the hallway.
You hang up, and you can hear just like the echo of the paramedics go. I'm gonna. I don't. We can swear on this, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming.
yes.
You hear the paramedics going, "Fucking kids on PCP with their damn grill forks again."
You
Fucking
so much.
gangs. Ocean Heights is just getting overrun with gangs. What? What? That's what the paramedics say.
I hate you so much.
I'm a lovely person with a good soul. No, I can't even say that in straight face.
Of course, it was a girl
Oh my
fork.
god.
It's always a girl fork.
Always a girl fork.
I
They're
just wanna
very
go on record
pointy
say
and
I didn't
very
stab
long.
Bobby this time.
This nice man with peroxide hair and a British accent told me that I fell on my neck on a grill fork. We don't even have a grill fork, do we? It's like burned into my brain.
So good. It's so good. Anyway, so Bethany, you definitely heard something that sounds like the paramedics. Like maybe this person got like barbecued or something. That's weird. There's no
Today.
like smell of fire either. Like
grill
there's
fork,
no.
grill fork. Oh,
Yeah.
grill fork. Wait,
Yeah.
PCP. What the hell does PCP have to do with this?
Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Apparently PCP makes people's faces go blah.
It
Yeah.
does. That's what happens in Florida. So Piper, are you texting Fiona or Fee?
I'm gonna actually call her while I'm getting my stuff together to leave. And as soon as she says hello, I'm just like, hey, it's Piper. I got a situation. Bethany is at the apartment complex, and I relay the name of the apartment complex. Weird shit's going down. Can you meet me there? Bethany's alone.
Yeah. No, that's just a lot first thing in the morning. I'll be there. What? I'm sorry. Which one?
What's the
Which
name of the
complex?
apartment
Which?
complex?
The Murphy.
The Murphy Elms apartment complex.
The Murphy Elms apartment complex.
Where is it again?
I give her directions.
Yes. To the place where the streets have some name.
You know, that place
Alright.
on that one street
I will-
down past
I will
that
be
one
there.
place. Yeah.
I will be
So-
at that very specific intersection that you just told me. Yes, absolutely, as soon as possible.
Fiona, you are dragging a little ass this morning, not just because it's early, but you had the perk dream again.
So tired
Apparently,
of it.
Luke has taken a vested interest in you. Have you tried to contact? Have you tried to contact the Slayer Bureau network
Yeah,
system?
the
thing
literal
again?
minute I got home, I would have called them.
You got to talk with someone called Cherry. Did you ask them anything in specific?
So I would have just sort of relayed the sort of experience that we had to Cherry and let them know about apparently Luke is back and also seems to be like a district manager of this shitty burger place that just popped up everywhere all of a sudden. And that's weird, right? Because I didn't think that they could come back once they were dusted, and I don't know what's going on. And like at this point, I'm just kind of panicking because I honestly thought that Luke was just dusted like 7 years ago, but apparently not. And I thought that my first thing I thought my first thing as a Slayer wasn't going to be quite this big, and I just kind of need to know what's going on. Maybe.
Cherry takes down your information and what you've said and says, okay, so we're going to be mailing you some meditations that you can do. They're really good. Dawn, do you know who Dawn is? She crafted these meditations. They're really good. She's the Slayer's sister.
Dawn Summers?
Yeah.
I think, I feel like we all probably know who Dawn Summers is. That's a name we're all aware of, much like Xander Harris.
Yeah, well, yeah, Xander doesn't really do meditation. He
Yeah, he doesn't do
like
much. I mean, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's
So
fine. Yeah, no, he's a little weird since he lost his fiance. But yeah, so here's some meditation things. We took down your information. We're gonna look into it. We're having some problems here at headquarters that we're dealing with right now.
do they
But
have to
you
deal with Luke
are
and Mother? Like,
no. No, we're having some like I'm not supposed to tell you this, but we're having a little bit of like it's like a coup issue. Like some people are still kind of unhappy. So, just hang in there. Remember your breathing exercises that your watcher has probably given you, but we're setting some meditation exercises
do I
along with
have a okay, GM? Do I have a watcher?
you do not have a watcher.
Yeah, I don't have a
Cherry
watcher,
has
Terry.
not even asked. Cherry goes, "Oh, that's bad.
Yeah,
We should get you a watcher or a
yeah,
watcher like
maybe
equivalent.
that'd be great. I would love that for
Um,
me.
Yes, if you have anyone that practices any occult arts that are positive, anyone that does like, and there's some typing. Let's see, the list is if you know anyone that does psychometry, that can be really helpful. Someone that does telekinesis is really nice. We've also found hybrid humanoids to be really great. If you know anyone that is an avowed werewolf that has control over their form, they can also be very useful. So
Well,
just
my,
think about that kind of thing. When choosing your watcher, we have like a thing we're working out with like a watcher society, so you may have somebody swinging by. But again, we're in the middle of a coup, so we'll see what we can do for you. But you just hang in there, hon, and you remember to breathe, okay?
if you happen to have just like a really hot British librarian sitting around someplace and send that to me, that'd be great. I would love that.
Oh, okay. Um would you like the David Tennant package?
Yes,
Like if we can
absolutely.
find like a David
That,
Tennant. Yeah, if we can
yeah,
find you a 10th
that'd be great.
doctor, we'll send you a 10th doctor type. We can do
I
that
love
for
this
you.
so much for me. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's
Can we
good.
all get
Yeah.
one of this, or is
Also,
that just a Sarah
Okay,
thing?
so I have a question. I have a question. Was Tennant the doctor around this time, or was it somebody
And
else?
hold on.
he was
No.
being teased because in 2005 is when Eccleston
Shh,
was.
we don't talk about like specifics. I still want a
Okay.
David Tennant type. That's
But he was
fine.
being teased the whole time, and he was playing Casanova then, so it's fine.
Mm.
But yeah, so you get the sense from talking with Slayer headquarters that they are slightly busy, but your message will be received in the order it was given, and hopefully someone will get back to you in the next 6 to 10 business days. Also, don't die. You know.
It's that simple. Okay. Would be nice to have some guidance other than
I
don't
will
die.
say these dreams are always the same. Luke has never attacked you personally. He seems to just be there to watch you sweat, as it is. He has never attacked you personally in any of these dreams you've had.
That's fair. Still uncomfortable. And now that we know that he's actually alive. Or reincarnated or something, I don't know.
Yes, but so you have received a phone call from Piper,
Of
and yeah, and so you're all headed
headed
that
on
way.
over.
So yeah. I'm not going to make anyone else do perception for this necessarily, unless you really want to roll perception. Fiona, you're kind of on high key alert as it is. So, like, you do see the bugs moving. You actually come to a crosswalk as you're trying to get where you're going, and there are bugs moving in both directions. Almost like they're doing a midday traffic thing in, like, the grass.
Is there anything that they're avoiding specifically?
Sidewalks. Anything where somebody's going to step on them. Like, they're
Huh.
not in the street. If you're not, like, listening for the grass, you could almost mistake it for a sprinkler in some ways, just how they're walking.
That's fun.
It's
Kind of want to
very
see what.
fun! It's very fun. We're all having a good time.
I kind of want to see what would happen if I picked one up and put it on the sidewalk.
Okay. It's
Just
a bug.
curious.
Yeah. It's just gonna hang out on your finger.
Well,
That's essentially what it's
it-
going to do.
No, I'm gonna put it on the sidewalk and see if it like something happens if it hits the sidewalk.
No, it gets on the sidewalk and then it continues walking wherever direction it was going beforehand.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
She's not gonna spend a whole lot of time with these bugs. First of all, she doesn't like bugs. But also she's gonna head to her friends, new friends that are definitely not gonna get her killed.
Definitely not. Speaking of
Definitely
new
not.
friends that aren't going to get you killed, Jason, you have biked. You are reaching kind of a north point in town.
Mhm.
Just beyond Ocean Heights, you start to see farmland. You are headed up. You're headed near where the farmers market stuff is. You're headed up somewhere called Appleby Street, which is where all the people that have money go to buy organic produce and feel like they're doing good things. But
Right.
mostly Appleby Street is like Halloween and Christmas Street because it's like going to the corn maze, buying your freshly cut Christmas tree. So you're up where all kind of the hippies are. And are you following the are you just like seeing where the bugs come from?
I mean, I was unaware where they're coming from. I'm following them.
Well, following them, they are going one direction, and you're kind of are you going with or against the bugs? With the bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you come across a house that looks like it got bought by a big company and it got divided into like a duplex type thing.
Hmm.
And the bugs are coming from a basement.
Just like a bunch of them, or like an uncomfortable.
Like they're coming out from underneath the door. And
Oh.
like the closer you get, the more you start to notice there's like this like kind of dandelion stuff that's on the grass. It's not dew, but like when you go to examine it, it's not a dandelion because it's not like a flower, but it looks like dandelion tufts on the grass.
Hmm. That is way too many bugs. I I made a mistake. I should not have come here. But now I'm here, so definitely I can go into the definitely probably a murder house. Then again, most houses are on their way to being murder houses. Things have really been going to just hell lately. Uh,
Yeah.
so I suppose I'll use some of those. Now that I'm closer to what might be a source, I'll start pulling some stuff out of the backpack to see if I can't go through like some of the basic like magic detection rituals to see if like a thing is happening, or if someone, I don't know. Let's narrow it down. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, so you can either decide to just do a classic perception roll to like deal with the door, or you can do like a willpower occultism roll and be like, do I sense magic? Even though technically I'm more of the library person or research person than
Yeah,
like a
doing.
traditional magic user.
Yeah, I can do some stuff. Got a test,
You can.
but I'll go with the willpower occultism. Why not? Let's
Yeah.
continue to make choices.
Everybody makes choices, just like Tatiana said.
Dude, that 5 plus 4, 3, 12. 12 is the total. I can do
12.
math.
So it's the smell. It's not like an energy aura thing, which is kind of potentially what you were expecting.
Mm.
But there is a very familiar smell that nearly makes you hurl in the grass when you smell it. Because it's the smell of rose petals, where you can definitely see no roses.
Well, this is now a very important. Do I have anyone else's number?
I don't know. Do you?
Because I definitely didn't before last time. Would anyone have given Jason a number, assuming that was something that was possible? Otherwise, it's just, well, shit.
Well, Fiona was you staked a vampire that Fiona was trying to stake, so there's that. You stayed behind with Simon and Bethany to help the people in the gym recuperate. So really, unless you chose to like go it alone, Wolverine style, you probably gave somebody your phone number.
Sure,
I mean, considering they kind of stuck around after everybody else went like running off, he would have at least gotten Simon's number.
All right. I suppose I'll send a message to Simon. Let's see. Probably a text message. He doesn't need to hear me gagging. Just like, I think I might have found something connected to Mother. To be clear, the horrible demon one, not like your mother. Or yeah, is there a way to delete text I've already sent?
There's no way in this technology to delete text. You basically just insulted Simon's mother. Please take 5 drawn up points for a hilarious morning text. Simon,
Remember, kids, this is why you should get sleep and not run off of the surge constantly.
I want you to make a choice because I know
Sure.
you probably have a very busy morning getting your little brother off to school. You can choose whether you were doing sports practice this morning or if you were at home.
He's probably, because of some of the stuff that's gone down, there's a good chance he's probably been put on the bench for reasons. So rather than exacerbate problems, he's most likely been at home the last couple of days instead of getting up early and going to school.
All right. So you received this text message disparaging your mother from Jason, of all people, apparently.
Specifically not. I specified that his mother wasn't a demon.
You get
that I
like
know
4
of.
text messages, and it's either he's insulting your mom or it has to do with the weird mother lady. You're not really sure.
Half of it's probably misspelled. Just
Right. There's a response back that's like, I thought we dealt with that thing already.
What? No, God, no, not even close. What made you think this was done?
Problems usually go away once you deal with them?
What made you think this was dealt with?
I mean, we beat up the bad guys, right? Isn't that enough?
No. Just no. Like, are you gonna come help or not?
Where are you?
I will send the location and address.
You get like a map quest link, Simon.
Fucking map quest.
Because it's 2005, and map quest is still your best option for directions. God bless America.
All right. I guess I'll message Fee and be like, Jason found a thing at this location? I've been told that she's important. Like, I don't understand personally the importance of the Slayer, but I've been told she's important, so I'm going to keep her in the loop.
Did you actually just say, like, he found a thing in a place? Or did
Yeah,
you,
like
give
literally,
actually-
it's like Jason found a thing in a place and then sent you an address.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more than that before I go gallivanting off into the sunset. Can you give me more?
I don't know the details. Hold on. I'm going to call Jason.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Like,
Everyone involved in this conversation, please take 5 drama points for this amazing telephone 2005. I will let you know, by the way, Fiona, as you are triangulating this, you are meeting up with Piper on your way to whatever Bethany has found. And Bethany, you are in the shadows of this apartment complex floor. Uh, I will give you this, even without the paramedics having left. There's big magic energy here, and it's not good. And you're muted, so whatever you're saying, I can't hear.
Sorry. I'm like, I said, oh no. Well, when I call Piper back and I know she's muted, because I've muted her, because she requests that, I will be saying things like, there's magic here. I can feel it. It's big. So she's getting little updates and something about PCP and
A grill fork.
A fork? I don't know. I haven't seen what's going on, but I think somebody's dead or dying.
So when Piper was on the phone with Fee, she was gathering supplies. Anything that she thinks that she might need to do any kind of spell work. And probably her spell book, and immediately leaves to head that way. And the more that Bethany updates her on like things that she's seeing and feeling and hearing, the faster Piper is trying to get there.
So, Piper, you can give me a perception notice roll, by the way. You are in a hurry. While Jason and Simon have this amazing conversation that they're just going to have to go through, where, by the way, Jason, are you just out in the open? Are you, like, behind a tree now? Are you trying to be, like, a little lawn jockey gnome? Are you just hanging out in the
I
open?
rolled up on a bicycle. I don't think, like, stealth's an option. This is like way out in the middle of nowhere. I don't imagine there was a lot of cover, so stealth's probably an option I gave up on immediately.
That's perfectly fair. You are getting a call from Simon, though.
Oh.
Apparently, you did not either give enough information, or Simon is going to be like, "What did you say about my mother?" Either way,
That's
something
true.
is going
I don't
to
know.
happen.
I will answer the phone. I'm like, hello.
Okay, I was trying to tell Fiona what was going on. Give me some more details here, because the thing with Mother was unclear. What did you find?
I think the entire, well, maybe not, that'd be way more. A lot. Let's go with a lot. At least, I don't know, 3 motels worth of bugs coming out of one door, and that's too many. Smells like
you. Real quick, you.
Right. So the text that Fiona gets is, "We found something Mother related. Lots and lots and lots of bugs."
Sorry, I'm gonna circle back. You measure bugs in like hotel equivalents. Like that's your measurement.
Motel.
Motel,
like a roach
like,
motel, like the.
Well,
Like,
it's
yeah,
like
it makes sense.
you have
It makes total sense.
you have a gaggle of geese and a motel of roaches.
no,
like
that's
it.
not
I like
how it works. Jesus,
Your present is fascinating.
So what in that
Motel of roaches.
unit. Your measurement of unit.
of bed bugs?
Oh, that's even worse.
It's a new measurement of unit. A motel of bugs.
Look,
Fiona, good news, Fiona. If Luke doesn't kill you, this
The bugs-
conversation might.
The bugs,
You know, either
and these
way.
ridiculous men that I'm dealing with. It's why she doesn't associate with men generally. Okay, so bugs, lots of bugs.
Yeah.
That's
Something Mother related.
yep, and
Like-
the rose petals.
Are they black?
I mean, I haven't seen them, but it smells
I realized we're not on
overwhelmingly
like
of it.
three-way or something. I realize we can't like necessarily have this conversation. Like, are there this
still
many?
a party line? There is still
You
party
could
line.
do it, yeah. You could do a
Yeah,
three-way
true.
party line in 2005. So it just
It's
depends
possible.
if you had Simon's number or not. Really,
I mean, the phone bill's gonna suck later, but
I mean, the world is coming to an end again. So
You don't know that.
Fine. I mean, it's a really, really good possibility in my experience that we may have another apocalypse on our hand. Is this like number 8 at this point,
Well,
I think?
apocalypse, we've all been there.
I haven't been
Happened
there.
in the Roach Motel, who knows? So apparently there are three motels worth of bugs currently.
That's an approximate. There might be more in there.
Wherever Jason is gone is apparently what they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am.
She's gonna get the same link. The same MapQuest link.
We don't have internet on our phones.
You get it from
That doesn't
text. You can actually get MapQuest. You could get like a MapQuest text to like this is the address.
Oh, okay, that's weird. But all right, I still remember this.
I remember it
okay.
because I got trapped trying to find a bus station once. I remember it very vividly. Trust me. It was a
Okay,
thing that
that's
happened.
fair. I believe you. I believe.
I believe.
If I can fly. So, well, I'm already on my way to like another potential apocalypse in like this part of town. Is it the same part of town? I'm assuming everybody's talking about the same spot.
No.
No? I'm already on my way to a different apocalypse. So
You are going west.
Wait, there's more than one going on?
There is more than one going on, apparently. I was hoping maybe your issue is my issue, but it's not. So, like, I'll meet you later.
You're going to the west apocalypse. Jason is going to the north apocalypse.
Great.
Wait, where's yours?
To the west. In the west.
There's a lot of west. In fact, if you keep going, you get back here eventually.
So it is at a motel?
It's the Murphy Elms apartment complex.
That part. Yep. Sorry, everything it's all where people sleep. Yeah, so the Murphy Elms apartment complex is where I'm headed right now. If you can like hold your apocalypse off for a little bit, I can be there, or you guys can come help.
How do we hold off an apocalypse? How does that actually work?
Scheduling conflicts mostly.
There are a lot of scheduling conflicts in the apocalypse line of business, as I have learned as a slayer. So I'm going here. You guys can meet us there if you would like, and then we will then go to your apocalypse. How does that sound? Come here first, because I'm already on my way there, and then I'll go help you. Because I don't know if you have 2 slayers at your disposal, but I certainly don't.
Piper, you are rolling up on this conversation, by the way. Don't forget your perception roll.
I got a 12.
You got another voicemail. On your perception roll was to see the bugs in your hurriedness. You get a phone call straight to voicemail from the same number as the first one. It's the number of the morgue.
Oh,
that's not someone you want multiple voicemails from.
It's really not.
For a number of reasons.
So the question is, are you going to hang up on me and call the morgue back, or what?
You haven't listened to that first voicemail from the morgue. It could be nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Maggie is...
It's, it's not Maggie calling you.
Oh.
Because Maggie wouldn't call you. Maggie finds you very annoying.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
If anyone's calling you from the morgue, it's that, like, dude who thinks you're kind of cute who, like, interns there. He'd been like, yeah, but he doesn't have a mariachi band. He's actually kind of nice. It's just,
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, since I'm there in the vicinity, I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna listen to the voicemails.
It is like a whispered voicemail. Piper, I've got information about Jamie Dawn.
Oh,
and that's all.
Shit.
That's all you get. It's like in a whispered voice.
Oh.
Definitely from the morgue, though.
Okay, and I'm familiar enough with, what was his name? I don't know if you gave me his name.
I did not get, Maggie is the nurse, the intern. She calls them Chucky, but that does not mean that's his name. Maggie seems like the type of person that is, growing over it rapidly.
Okay. I imagine I know their schedule pretty well, because I
Yeah.
like to bug Maggie. Would he still be there at this time?
He will be there at this time. Yes. A
Okay.
second voicemail means he's potentially very eager to speak to you.
Yeah. What did the second voicemail say?
It was just basically, hey, listen to your voicemails.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna call Fiona real quick.
Oh no, you're seeing Fiona like right now.
Oh, I am.
Like you're
Okay.
like as you're getting this is the communication part of this adventure.
Hey, so do you got this under control? Do you think that I could maybe have a really important thing that just came up? But if you need me here, I'll stay.
Fabulous.
We're doing a great job, guys.
Oh
This
man,
Slayer-
I didn't
this Slayer
anticipate
has
you're
the
all
best
gonna
support
die on
network.
the second episode, but whatever needs to happen, it's gonna be fine.
Oh.
I don't believe you for
This
half a
Slayer
second.
has the best support network. I love it.
You are the Scoobies on PCP or something. Yeah, I mean, I guess
I can.
yeah, it's fine. Go do your thing. It's fine. We're fine.
Somebody needs me, and I really feel like I need to be there.
It's fine. Yeah, you're good. Go do your thing. Come back as quick as you can, though. Maybe.
I will. I'll come back
Okay.
as fast as I can.
Okay. All right. Yeah. This is super fun.
Yeah. So let's stick with Fiona and Bethany. Bethany,
I'm hiding in the hallway right now, and I'm listening.
Yeah, the paramedics are having trouble moving the body.
And eventually my phone will go beep, 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 beep. And so I'm like, oh, fuck.
You hear something that sounds kind of Velcro-y, and then you smell roses.
Oh. I will actually move forward to get a look into the room and see what is happening before I run away. Because
it looks like an explosion went off in the room. Like where before, like it was probably a nice, well-decorated studio apartment. It looks like there was an explosion in the room. Everything is like off to various sides. And it's a person that the paramedics are trying to get off the floor, but there's more of that kind of like dandelion thread stuff around them. Magic is heavy on the air. Like I'm not even going to make you roll occultism for it. Like something happened here. Spell, counterspell.
Am I feeling woozy or anything like my mom did at the smell of the stuff in my room?
No.
Are they acting woozy or weird or?
No, it's that weird thing where like the paramedics have like convinced themselves it was like teenagers with growth forks on PCP. And they just keep talking about this like teenagers. They just need to like make a curfew for them or something. This is getting ridiculous. I don't even know how we're gonna get this guy down the stairs.
What does the person look like? Who is this person?
The body?
Yes.
Yes, the body.
Who was this person? Who were they once?
So the body is about your age. Kind of a crew cut. They've got like a Cure t-shirt on, and they have like an Ankh of Life earring.
An Ankh of Life earring, not
a silver one, not a gold one.
Cure. Okay.
Okay. And this is somebody we would know from high school?
Bethany, you know them. You just don't know that you like they have that face where you're like, wait a second. Wait. Like it's just that thing where you've like potentially seen them, but maybe you're misremembering someone else. Does that make sense to everyone? Like you have that like person in your life where you're like, you.
It's that moment of deja vu. It's like I know you, but I don't know exactly who you are.
and somebody says hello, and they know exactly who I am, and I know their face, and I have
Oh my
no
God, it
idea
happens
how I
all the
know them.
time.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it strikes you as just like someone around your age. The more you look around, starting to see candles in the apartment that are knocked over. You can probably draw some dots because like there's some magic going on that you can smell, or an after effect of magic of some kind. The person does look very pale, but you can't tell if that's because they're a fan of the Cure or if like it might have actually been vampires. Who knows? But they are very pale. It's hard. It's
all
hard.
right.
Is
I
there a way for? Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
so I think I'm gonna back out and go start down the stairs looking for Piper,
All right.
and
Well,
I will.
you don't get
Probably-
Piper. You get Fiona as you come down the stairs. Fiona, you're approaching. And you see the ambulance fire truck thing because the Miskagills are too cheap to pay for good public services. Because like all good Republicans, they want to make sure everything is privatized. So you get there, and there's the flashing red lights that are still on, and it's just like, but you notice again, no gawkers.
No what?
No gawkers. Like there's
No
not like a
cockers.
circle of people forming the what's going on? Who is this? Should we call Channel 5 News? Like
That sucks.
nobody's talking.
Okay. So that's she'll note that as weird, but hey Bethany. So Piper had to go. She had something. I know. It just seemed really.
But
I know. Okay, but it seemed really, really important. I didn't ask, but the guys are on their way too. I think. I think they're on their way. They're. So what's going on here? Why is there an ambulance? Is there a body?
Okay.
Is it?
okay, one, there are a lot of bugs walking that way. Two,
Yes.
a lot of weird dandelion fluff that might looks a lot like cobwebs and stuff, and I haven't touched it because I don't want to because I don't like bugs.
Okay.
And there is definitely a dead body. I know
How do they-
I know the person. He's got a Cure t-shirt on, an Ankh earring, crew cut. I feel like I should know exactly who he is, but I don't. And they keep saying stuff about kids on PCP with a fork. Yeah, so yeah. Also, Mother is here somehow.
Cool.
The smell of roses, and I don't know if the bugs are involved with her, but it's bad, and I don't want to touch anything because I mean I will, but I didn't want to do it
You don't
now.
have to. It's fine. You don't have to touch anything. Don't worry about it. I'll handle anything that needs
There's two
touched or
paramedics
kicked.
still up there. They're normal-ish, except
Are
they
you
don't.
sure? Is it
Huh?
daytime? It's daytime. It's morning. Yeah.
It is morning, yes,
They're normal,
yes.
and the grumbly adult I'm not seeing what's right in front of my
Sure.
fragging face.
So if there's talk about PCP and
Grill
barbecue
forks.
forks, grill forks, that's a vamp. So
Except they just keep cursing. No, you think
No,
that's okay?
I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying the paramedics are. I'm saying
Oh, yeah.
kid that
okay.
died it definitely got drained. There's no way for me to know. I don't think is there a way for me to know, like looking at a body, whether or not they started the process? Because like I don't think they do, because there's like a whole thing with like sucking the blood and that they suck your blood and the whole thing. But like I wouldn't.
I mean,
No.
the Slayer diaries, as far as you can tell, some Slayers have like a precog ability, so like maybe you could touch them and find out. But like,
Can I try that?
yeah, you'll just have to basically do a sneak roll to see if you can like either it's either gonna be like a performance thing to be like, hey guys, I'm with the Ocean Heights Police Department or something like that, because they're still up there. So.
I would much rather walk in as a bereaved sister. Oh yeah, it's my brother, and like put myself onto the body, like kind of thing. That's what I'd prefer to do. Because I'm still a teenager. I I don't look like I am in any kind of government agency.
Oh, I love it. Let's do. By the way, you get. This will be a mental thing. So this is going to be like. You get like a +1 to attractiveness when you do this. I'm going to have you
Exciting.
do. I'm going to have you do. Intelligence plus influence.
Do you
Okay.
tell me what you're gonna do or what the brother's name's gonna be?
Sorry. Ugh, gross. I would not probably. I would just probably be like, I got this. We're good. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
I'm not leaving you
I'm
alone.
sorry. That's you don't have to. But just
Also, I'm not leaving me alone, but I will. Have you noticed
fair.
there's nobody looking? I'm not even certain there's anybody else alive in here.
Yeah, we'll cross that
And
bridge
there's
when we
magic.
get there.
There's a lot of magic up there.
That's good to know.
So I'll follow your lead.
So great. I love that. So what did you want me to roll again?
Intelligence plus influence.
Is there any way I can help her in backing her up in her whatever she's about to do?
You can do an intelligence plus influence as well to be like, I'm the bereaved best friend, and just like, because there's not really like I'm assisting you in this thing outside of combat. So I'm basically whole clothing a performance role for this game. So intelligence plus influence to be bereaved.
All right, so 10 on intelligence and then influence is a 9.
I rolled a 4 and got a total of 8.
Okay. You'll just be the silent partner for this initiative, though. Because the more you see in the room, the more you get like ill, and it's real, and it's just like this is not the jam. So, Katie, as you go up the staircase, you notice everything, the things that are not cobwebs, because the pattern is wrong. It's like white hay on the wall almost. It just doesn't look right, but you don't like your brain is not like this is what it should look like. Your brain is just like this is not right. As a slayer, you have some occultism like Wiggins in you, so you know something magic happened here. But except for the fact it looks like an explosion, and the two Bobs, who are the paramedics here in Ocean Heights that I just named, Bobs are like, "Hello, this is an active scene."
And Fiona she's like, yeah, I know. And then she like spots the body and she sees the face. No, I'm assuming she doesn't connect who the person is.
You do see a little wooden like plaque somewhere that has like Bruce on it. So you do know the name of the person is Bruce.
Okay, great. And she'll just like, oh my god, it's my brother Bruce. I just see that. He was just like off on a vacation, and he's dead. And like she'll throw herself on the body and
kind of like on the body. Okay, so here's a couple things that happen. The body is like there's some of that white hay stuff. It's sticky. Like,
good.
Like a spider web.
Okay.
It doesn't like come off on you, but there's a stickiness quality to it where your body is like cobweb.
Yeah.
It doesn't react like the way a cobweb should.
Yeah.
The only reason that you know it's not vampires is because you're a slayer.
Okay, so it wasn't actually vampires.
It would look like a vampire to literally anyone else. If Bethany had thrown herself on the body like you're doing, bravo, by the way, for your acting skills. If anyone else had done it, they'd be like, oh, that's for sure vampire. But as far as you can tell, there wasn't even enough drain for like one medium-sized human meal for a vamp. Like, it's like the pokes happened, they're in the correct spot, but
Okay. She's gonna sort of like
Ma'am, it's okay. Pull yourself together. We're gonna
Have you ever lost a sibling? Have you ever lost a sibling? Have you ever had someone murder your or I'm assuming murder because
no.
have you ever had that happen to you? Like I don't. It's just horrible.
No, Bob's my brother. We're brothers
So
together.
you see your brother still alive. You don't know how it feels.
Ma'am, it's okay. We're gonna catch the people that did this.
You're EMTs. What are you gonna do?
Well, we're gonna give a police report to the police, and they're gonna handle it. But we gotta get this person. Gotta get this person out.
His name is Bruce. He's not just some person. He's not just somebody. His name is Bruce. My brother.
Bruce Bell, ma'am. We know Bruce Bell. Yeah, we have name. It's good. We're fine. Yeah.
Does that ring any bells with me?
No. It's a fun
Okay.
name though, Bruce Bell. That would be a fun name for a character in a book, probably. But yeah,
Probably, yeah.
yeah.
I'm still looking at Bethany trying to go. Do we do something here, or do I get you out of here?
You should probably.
I will say, with your role, if you say anything, you will torpedo this because you did not succeed your role.
I just kind of look at her, and I'm just like,
you can pull back on my arm if you want, and try to get me out of the situation because she does at this point need to.
Are you wearing a jacket, or am I going to actually touch your flesh? That's an important thing here, because I don't have gloves on, and this will be the first time I actually touch you.
No, I'm wearing pretty much what you see me wearing here: a Blink-182 T-shirt and the stuff. Yep. Not wearing a jacket today.
Not think too hard about this, and grab her by the arm, and hope to hell things don't take it. Well, because I've never touched a Slayer before, and I don't know if anything happens when I do.
Great.
What happens when she touches people?
Nothing happens when you touch the Slayer.
Oh,
so, who's to say? But as a bereaved sister, you have done a great job acting. You have quite a bit of information now. Not a ton of it makes sense. The paramedics, Bob and Bob, are happy to no longer have to deal with you. No police officers have arrived, by the way. So you actually have time in the room if you want. And we're going to head over north from where we are in the west to where Simon is now meeting Jason, who's just hanging out in front of what I guess you believe is a murder house, but you're just hanging out in the yard of a murder house.
Hold on. I'm not just hanging out. I'm being deeply strange by trying to take readings. Like I got my EMF, I got that set up. I probably got, some jars to start putting bugs and whatever other random stuff to test later is. I know for sure magic is happening here. But I gotta take as many readings as possible to start, figuring stuff out later. So I'm not just standing here, I'm being a problem.
You are also witnessing a problem because the bugs, as you attempt to capture them in jars, are actively trying to throw themselves against the walls of the jars to get out of the jars. You are impeding them from going. You are impeding them from going, and the jars are shimmying just slightly in your hand as the small colony rebels, a la A Bug's Life.
Yeah. And then quick question for Kit, since I unfortunately missed the first session. Was it ever specifically told to Jason that Fee is the Slayer? Or did she just say, I'm the Slayer and hang up on him?
You actually never heard that information in the session because it was discussed in the car. And
Gotcha.
You met them after the car. So as far as you're aware, this is just a scene girl with stakes. So you can either decide you met a Slayer, or you can be like, this is just someone that's here to just some vampires, and you were just being helpful. You can make
she said it in the phone call, so that we just said, so hung up. Okay, what? And then doing sciencey things as I percolate on that information.
Simon, whole bunch of bugs as you pull up. Weird dandelion flowers, and there's Jason with a whole bunch of jars in front of this house. I'm not going to make you roll because you, as a were, have an amazing sense of smell. Yeah, there's the smell of roses, but there are no roses.
This place is gross.
It's much better when it's like at the start of the corn maze going out. You also do know that you are pretty north in the city. You're getting real close to farmlands where nothing good happens, except for making out parties. But like, even then, it's like a weird hour.
How did? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna let it go. All right. I'm gonna make my way up to the place where I'm supposed to meet Jason. Not expecting him to have basically created a mobile science camp.
Yes, and those are the first words out of your mouth after you get out of your car. Wow, this is a mobile science camp. And also, there are people that are driving to get to work, but they are not paying any attention to you both. So that's the one good thing about being a teenager. You can be as weird as you want, and nobody wants to see you.
Yeah, that's just weird teenagers doing weird stuff. It's fine. It's not my lawn.
The fuck?
Huh? Oh, hey, yo.
Okay, since
What?
explain what I'm looking at here. Also, how did you not smell the roses from fucking down the road? Jesus Christ, it's a strong smell.
Okay, gonna look at the house. It's like, well, bugs. Point down at the bugs. Go in big in spooky house. Well, I don't know that it's any more spooky than any other house, but the number of bugs going in and out of it does lead one to think at the very least it's probably not very nice inside. I don't know that though. That seems judgmental.
Okay, all right. Slow down. What I was asking is, how did you not smell the roses from down the street? It's strong.
I don't because I didn't. I don't know how you want me to answer that. Honestly, like I don't know where I'm supposed to go with that. I told you there was a rose smell. To be fair, I didn't tell you I didn't smell it from down there. I didn't do that, but you know, I didn't actually say that. So you're making assumptions. But yeah, either way, that's not really important.
Your science camp is like right up here. I would have stopped way back there.
Well, you would have gotten terrible readings from way back there. Clearly, the problem is here.
All right. Well, apparently Fee wants us to wait. I don't get it. I mean,
I'm passing the time.
You get a text saying, "Where the hell are you?" Because she did not want you to wait. She wanted you to come. She's confused. She's going to say, "Where the hell are you?"
You at the place. You hung up on us. You seem to have been busy.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to I need you to put your apocalypse on hold and come to mine. Because at this point, there's only two of us, and the other one is scared. So I need you to come.
I have reason to be scared.
I don't say you. It's not an unfounded scared. It's just that you are. That's all.
I'm way squishier than you are.
What?
Okay.
I'm way squishier than you are.
Most people are.
So hold on. Slow down. We can't move right now because Jason has literally set up a science camp in front of this place. It's going to take at least 20 minutes to take it down.
Okay.
Second, the bugs are coming here. We're at the source of the apocalypse. You're at the cause, I guess? I don't know.
I'm sorry, are you saying I'm causing the apocalypse? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, what I'm saying is the location you're at is the start of the apocalypse.
So maybe
the location we're at is the end of the apocalypse.
If you stop the beginning of the apocalypse, maybe you stop the end of the apocalypse. I feel like
we already have the bugs.
There was a whole lot of. I'm basically pull your hand out a little bit. I'm like, there's a whole lot of magic here, and there's a very dead person who did not actually die by vampires. It involved
Well, that's
bugs,
good.
it involved mother, it involved all kinds of crap.
Bethany,
Oh no.
you know how you didn't get a reading
No.
earlier when you touched Fiona?
Oh shit, I thought I was safe.
Yeah,
You're
you
never
thought you were safe, but you're very emotional right now, and you've never seen Luke or heard about Luke
Oh no.
necessarily.
I know that she freaked
You-
out about Luke.
You get this picture of this. I would call him handsome, arguably. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. Large, slightly imposing, kind of stocky in the face, big jawed,
Mhm.
kind of vampire. Standing there in a suit and looking for all the world like he's playing a game with you. This very bemused, haughty, better than you, know something you don't, you're all gonna die sort of look. That is very famous in Buffy circles.
Yeah.
And whatever track you were on in your brain complaining about magic, you literally drop Fiona's phone. It doesn't break because phones are not fragile in this time period.
Nope.
Thank goodness. But like, Bethany, do you like back off a little bit? Do you?
Oh yeah, I do. I kind of back off. I look at it. I look at her. I look at it. I look at her.
The line has gone dead.
Did she hang up on us again?
Apparently, I'm gonna let her
the
call
battery
back.
popped off the back, like as they do, and I would like put it back
Yeah.
together. That's the way Nokia's were. It's like they never broke,
So-
but they would pop off.
So Simon, a lot of people have been telling you what to do with your life recently, and it feels like people are now trying to direct you like they are your coach. And you have been keeping yourself calm for a while. You have been holding it down. It hasn't been perfect, but you've been doing a pretty good job thus far. You know? Who is anyone to tell you you can't go into a creepy basement in the daytime? It's not like it's night, you know?
Right, and I'm probably the toughest thing on the street that's not the Slayer.
Yeah, this is where
So-
all the
I was
keys
gonna
live.
say there better
This is
be
like-
that like little contingent like that isn't the Slayer because
Yeah. This is like the hippie part of town. So like what's gonna be in there? Didn't have kombucha then. What's gonna be in there? Like jars of homemade jelly? Like spooky corn dolls, you know? Yes, bugs are
I
coming
mean,
out of
spooky
it.
corn dolls are spooky.
Yeah, but you know, they'll be on the floor, not the walls. It'll be fine. There's like weird dandelion flowers. Like, how bad could it be, right?
Okay, all right. You need better readings, right? Are you getting crap out here?
I mean, like, closer is better usually.
Okay. How do I work this one? And he's just gonna point at one of the sensors.
All right. Well, don't take this the wrong way, but
never.
have you ever used one before?
If I had used it before, do you think I'd be asking you how to use it?
Well, this one's
Because I have a feeling I could get you a better reading. I'm not worried about, like, getting hurt if I go in there.
well. That's great. Then you can go first.
I mean, I was just gonna go. Are you gonna come with me? Are you volunteering?
Volunteering to let you go first? Yes. Besides, some of this stuff's like really sensitive, and like I've had to make modifications, and like if you don't do it right, it like breaks really fast.
Fine. All right, let's go.
Oh, hold on a second.
Show that haughty Slayer that she's not the only one who can get shit done.
Ooh, spicy.
Like, to be clear here, is
so-
that haughty with an A or haughty with an O? Like,
Ooh, which one is
I mean, take your pick.
Ooh.
I'm just making conversation, I guess.
Fucking rude. It's rude.
You're,
It's terribly rude.
you're not there.
Alright.
I know.
So the door is closed. As far as you know, it's the door to a basement. So do with that what you will. There are just bugs coming and going out of the bottom of it. And there's the smell of roses, but the closer you get to the door, the fainter the scent gets.
Have you noticed that it doesn't smell as much like roses as it did like 20 feet back that way?
No. What?
Yeah, like the smell. It's gotten fainter since we got closer to the door.
Alright, pulls out like one of those little pocket notebooks, and writes that down. I'm like, okay, continue.
All right, gonna keep going.
You stand in front of an empty door. Do you try to seduce it? Do you kick it down? Do you try the doorknob? What are you?
Always take
Stand in
seduce.
front of a closed door. What would you like to do?
Okay, so first thing I gotta do is examine the door. Does the door look like it swings inward or outward?
It has a knob. It's hard to tell. It's an outdoor knob, so with that.
Okay, so it probably swings inward then. I mean, most of the time when it's specifically an outdoor, it'll swing inward.
I mean, sure. Do you want to try it?
Well, the whole reason he's examining it is to figure out what's going to be the best way to open it. Because if it swings inward, it's easier to kick it down than if it would swing outward.
Go ahead with the. Do you want to do an intelligence notice roll or a perception notice roll? Either one really is fine.
I think I'll do a perception notice.
Yeah.
I think me and you have different definitions of easier if kicking in a door is potentially the easier option.
You could also try to seduce the door. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Look,
16.
16.
To seduce the door?
It's a doorknob.
that door has some strong feelings for you.
It's not a new doorknob. It's been there a bit, but it's a knob on a door.
All right. Actually, I rolled Mr. Fix-It instead of notice. Whoops.
Oh no, you're fine. We'll just go with it.
Yeah. So like he's gonna reach down since I rolled Mr. Fix-It. He's gonna reach down, look at the doorknob, rattle it, and then like hopefully that pops the old lock and lets him open the door.
It was not locked.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door.
It opens. The place is, except for the bugs that are crawling out of the building now. It's a fairly empty basement. It looks like somebody was living here, not squatting, but like they didn't have like the best stuff going on. And there's just a dude laying there in a recliner in the center of the room. He is very pale, and he's covered in this like weird white fuzz. Yeah, the dude in the chair is not moving.
Can I hear him breathing?
No, you don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. Do I smell anything rotten?
Yes. That yes is like you have to actually pause because it feels like it should smell more rotten than it does. But when you actually tune into it, you're like, yeah, it's pretty rotten. Yeah. You go with rotten at the end of the day.
Why does everything feel muted in here? Like I can smell like 10-day-old gym socks. And I say 10-day-old because that's the best analogy I can give. But like I should smell more than that? If that makes any sense.
I mean, sure. Let's go with that. Makes sense.
Jason, you did see the projection of him as a werewolf. So even though he's not yet said the word werewolf to you, the inference is that you're
Gotcha.
aware he's not exactly human.
I'm aware that he's aware. Damn it. Well, I don't know. There's a bunch of reasons that could be. I need to look around, maybe narrow that down.
Did you bring a camera?
Yeah, of course I brought a camera.
All right, I'm going to start taking pictures. You take readings.
Yeah, sure. Vague readings it is. I have a question before stepping. Hold on. What are the bugs doing? Like, is there like a carpet of living bugs on the ground? This feels like important knowledge.
No, it's not carpeted. It's a concrete floor in a basement. But no, it's not like a deluge of bugs. This isn't like Joe's Apartment, that crappy MTV movie. This is just like a more than normal motel of bugs, but like they seem to be vacating the premises at this point. But they don't seem to be vacating the premises because of the guy in the recliner. That just seems to be adjacent to what is actually happening.
Gotcha.
They seem to be ignoring the pale person in the recliner that has not moved or breathed. So probably dead, but who knows?
And I interrupted. You were calling for a roll.
I'm going to have both of you do perception notice rolls for me. And you can do that. And we can move on to Piper, and then we'll take a 5-minute break if people need it, or we can just soldier on. So, Piper, you are going southwest. Actually, you're going southeast of your location.
Okay.
It's slightly east. So, if you were in like the center of the town, it would be like more southwest.
Okay.
But so the morgue is on Thistle Spring Avenue. It is the Ocean Heights morgue. It used to be not quite so busy, and now it's a lot busier. Maggie has gotten used to seeing you. Maggie does a lot of eye rolling when you come in because you ask for a lot of information that she both legally doesn't want to give you, and also it's weird that you're asking for this information because no one else does. Why do you care? Just let it go. She does not call you Veronica Mars in an endearing way, but it's neither here nor there. As you are kind of pulling up, Charles like waves at you from like the side where like the dumpsters are.
I just kind of nod that I see him, and I park and get out and go over there.
Charles is very, very skittish, by the way. He's kind of this like tall but not imposing, almost like tall like he got stretched in Taffy Puller Mike TV sort of way. Puberty is not being kind to him. And Charles goes, "Oh, okay, good. All right, you got your voicemail. That's good. I hate cell phones. I don't know why we need them. You didn't get this from me." And he like shoves a folder at you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna just kind of quickly flip through it. What do I see when I'm like flipping through it?
It is a folder. It has a tab on it that says Jamie Dawn, and the inside of it is a case file you've seen before, but now there's a picture of the Arameus hardware store, and like a little and some like homemade question marks put on top of the picture. It looks like someone added this to the file for your benefit. It does not look like somebody just had this in the file.
Okay. Where did you get this?
I know you've been working really hard, and Maggie have been busting your chops, and I just wanted to help. I think it's stupid that no one cares about people going missing in this town, and also that we don't have a giant gang of people running around with grow forks stabbing people with PCP. It's dumb. I don't know why the media says it. But like, 6 months Jamie has been missing, and it's not right just to like let people go missing and never even go looking for them. I mean, we never even found Jamie. Jamie could be anywhere, and you're the only person that cares. And I'm probably going to get in trouble, but it was just, I'm having a hard time. It was just, I just thought of this today. It was weird. The whole place smells like rose petals right now, so you don't want to go in there. But like, I just had this thought, and I'm just like passing it along. Just
Thank you.
go look at the hardware. Like, Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I don't want you to get into trouble for this. I know that you could get into a lot of trouble for giving me this. Um, but if you hear there's so many other people that are missing. If you hear anything, will you let me know what you hear about the others?
Sure. Yeah, I have a whole case to do today. We had a guy named Al that like he got stabbed with the Grove Forks, and I've got to deal with like doing like an embalming. Got a lot of fluid left, which is weird, but you don't want to hear about that. Um, but yeah, just be careful. Like, there's a whole bunch of weird patches over there at the hardware store. That's where they do all that composting, mulching stuff with the hippies. I hated that place. Yeah, but hopefully it helps.
It will. Thank you very much for this. Um, I, I need to go. Supposed to help some friends, but thank you. I
Yeah,
really appreciate
yeah.
you giving this to me. And don't worry, I won't
You're
tell anybody where I
welcome.
got it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this just I guess find Jamie if you can, even if they're dead, and at least there's some closure for the family.
Hopefully, I'm gonna find all of them, but I'm gonna try.
Things got weird since that sinkhole happened. I don't like it. I'm thinking about moving out of this town myself.
You should be safer.
Safe. Where's safe?
I hope so.
Um, as Charles kind of slinks away, he does take the back entrance to get back in. You smell that. You smell roses. He said offhand, but you actually smell the smell of roses, which is weird because it's supposed to be a clinical place. But
Right.
the door closes behind him,
I hope he's
leaving
gonna be
you.
okay.
Yeah. You want to do anything while you're here still at the morgue?
Um, no, I'm gonna put the file that he gave me in my bag, and I'm gonna head back towards Fiona and Bethany.
All right. As things are happening, Piper has some information. Um, Fiona has just had a very weird thing happen with Bethany. Jason and Simon are in a basement that maybe is death, maybe is not. You all get a text message. And this is a little weird. The only reason you have this is because you have fancy rich people to go into your school. The Miskill family has like made their lives very comfortable at this school. This is like a prototype all student text message from the principal, and it's like an old dude trying to send a text message.
Oh no.
A school opening delayed 2 hours. Please do not enter campus.
Oh, that
That's
doesn't
weird.
sound good.
And everybody gets this text message at the same time, no matter where you are. So we're going to go to Bethany and Fiona, who has managed to put the battery back into her phone, by the way. We'll say enough time has lapsed that.
Yeah.
And so the second your battery goes back in your phone, it's like the battery causes the text message to happen. And like that's about the same time as the two paramedics, Bob and Bob, are bringing Bruce Bell down the stairs and out into the world. Poor Bruce.
Um, so that's weird. We're assuming it's something vamp related. PCP, excuse me, or gas leak, whatever.
I don't know. Where did Piper run off to?
The more, do I know? Did she say? I don't remember. I don't think I
I
knew.
don't know. She said she had something to attend to. She did not mention the morgue, so
Yeah, I didn't think so. So I'm not super positive. She definitely just seemed like she had something that she had to go to. But she said she'd come back as soon as she was done.
So, and the boys are where?
I don't fucking know. I
Because
mean,
you have a MapQuest address. You could show Bethany the address.
You know
Here.
exactly where you are.
I'm like,
You're just mad at us.
my Thomas guide is in the car. Back at my house, which is just down the road.
So she'll do the link thing. She'll click the link, and just say they're at this. There's a motel that they're at. I guess they think that's like this
There
is the
should
start
be a
of the
motel
apocalypse.
there.
That's there's two apocalypses happening today. Apocalypses, I don't know, happening here and there, and they think that's like where the end of the apocalypse happened, and this is the beginning of the apocalypse. So like we're just it's the same apocalypse, just different places. What?
Why do they think it's the end?
So
I don't know.
I mean, is it the same bugs and
Yeah, the bugs. They were talking about bugs. I imagine they're probably the same bugs.
By the way, if any of our audience members would like to earn their own drama points for future Buffy escapades, what is your favorite plural of apocalypse? We've all been there. Please submit your favorite plural of apocalypse to win your own drama points, and I will announce the winner at the end of this Buffy event somehow.
that would be
I
amazing.
don't know how yet. I haven't worked out the bugs.
Okay, so
but yes.
quickly in my head, where the school is, where the apartment is, and the general direction of where this is. Do any lines cross?
Yes. Not yet, but yes.
I'm like, I start thinking about it. I'm like, wait, there.
Have you ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Nope.
Okay, so
yes,
anyone that's seen It's
actually,
Always
I
Sunny
do
in
know
Philadelphia,
that
there's a gif of Charlie Day with like
Yes,
the wall thing
that I
behind
know.
it. You're doing that. You don't have enough information, but yes.
Like,
But you know you're missing something, but something's happening. You know wherever the boys are is north. If you both identify as male, obviously. Northwest. The school is southeast of where you are. Yes.
so I mentioned this. I'm like, okay, the school is here, the southwest, east-west. Bruce isn't a vampire, right? But it's supposed to look like a vampire.
So
And it's
somebody wants
magic.
us. Yeah.
I should.
Okay, so what does that mean?
I should have touched the stuff that's gross and maybe see if they're somehow connected or if there's some sort of other ritual happening. And actually, the person who would know, it might be Piper.
Hey, but there's more sticky white stuff.
I don't
The
want
same sticky white stuff that was on his. You just said like maybe you should have touched it, and now I'm like
No,
you know, like
Jason,
an opportunity.
no. Stop
touch
laughing at sticky white stuff. Stop it. No, I can see
You
it.
can't
Stop
make me
it.
do anything.
Stop it.
I'll laugh if I want to.
I'm glad I wasn't the one spotted laughing at the sticky white stuff.
Dirty.
Okay,
You're all
you
dirty-minded.
guys
How
have
dare
seen the
you.
picture of Bethany. She is freaking innocent. She is not thinking in the way you guys are thinking. You guys are
You don't know what I'm thinking.
We're also
Y'all are boys.
I mean,
Anyway.
I'm not, and I also think things like that. But yeah, all I'm saying is I'm giving you here's an option. If you're like, I really should have touched the white stuff. Here's the white stuff. Go touch the white stuff.
With all the bugs. Are there still bugs there? Are they still
I don't
marching?
think there are bugs in the white stuff.
There are less bugs marching, but there were no bugs in the white stuff. The bugs, they're not actively trying to avoid it necessarily, but like there was nothing trapped in the white stuff. It was just weirdly
the white
sticky on the wall. Yeah.
Okay.
And on the body.
So I have a
Touch the
hunch
white
that there's some sort
And
of
she's gonna
magic
just like
ritual. Oh well, my strength is like 2. My dex is
Great.
1. I have nothing on the Slayer. I get tossed into the.
I'm not like it's not
Give
hard.
me,
I'm just like
give
giving you
me a
gentle nudge.
Constitution roll. We're just gonna have this be Constitution to see how you handle being hoisted into the weird sticky
Okay.
white hay
So
on
that
the
is
wall of the apartment complex.
a 3, and I have rolled a 1.
Great. It's
Ah.
sticky, it's weird, it feels like a cobweb, you don't get anything psychic from it, and you want to be literally anywhere else.
Okay, I really don't get anything psychic because if I had to touch this thing, I want to get some information.
I know, that would be really awesome if you did get information from it.
I will actually scoop some together and hold it in my hand because it's already gooey.
Yeah.
now that you've already touched it, you might as well go all the way.
So
You're so bad.
psychic reading, it's you are still human touching something physically that you are holding.
Yes.
Your brain is cycling through the things it feels like.
Oh.
Spiderweb, cobweb, silk, dandelion, hay. Like your brain is like trying to process what this is. Your brain comes with like item not found,
Okay.
but you are holding a physical
4
thing that looks like several things. It should be a cobweb, or it should be hay. It should be a dandelion on the wall. The exasperating thing is it's none of those, but it doesn't. It just doesn't seem to be any of those things.
I'm not getting anything.
Okay, well, I'm glad we had this talk.
Gross.
And listen, I can only do so much. I can do the strength and the kicking and the punching and the stabbing and all the things, but like I can't do magic-y, psychic-y stuff.
Yeah, and you've got your own problems. I saw one of them. I mean, can vampires actually be out in the daytime?
I'm so sorry. What now? You saw what?
You know, I see things sometimes when I touch things. Like people.
Right. What did you see?
I saw a real scary guy with the face and the jaw.
Does not narrow it down at all.
Okay, I saw someone I don't know. All I saw was the smug guy gird out and
What was he doing?
he was playing with someone like he was really smug. He was pleased.
What was he playing? What was he
He wasn't
playing?
doing. He was watching somebody like they were doing exactly what he wanted them to do.
Okay.
But he was a vampire in the daylight, which I did not think could happen. Why did not anyone tell me that vampires could be in the daylight?
No, not in real life. Not in real life. It was a dream I had. It's not real. Okay. Do you remember back when we were in? You remember back when we were in the cafeteria and we were talking and we were talking about something. Yeah, about a specific person named Luke.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. That person you saw was dusted by Buffy 7 fucking years ago. And now he's back in my dreams, which means either A, some big shit's going down, it's definitely some big shit's going down, but like he's either reincarnated. Like there's no way he just went underground for like 7 years. That's not a thing that they do.
Was Buffy a slayer?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you didn't know that part. Yes, Buffy was like the original, not the original Slayer. The Slayer's been around for like ever.
I'm gonna step in and say, Bethany, your mom, after you became activated, like you don't know enough information on Buffy to like fill in cracks, but
you would know who Buffy is.
It's a pretty big deal in the supernatural universe at this point. She has like broken the world open in a way that guys are like, the hell did this woman do?
She died a couple times.
It got real Betty for Dan real quick.
Apparently she got better.
She did. She got better. She was,
Is that something all Slayers do?
Come back from the dead? No, that's not a thing. No. The first one was kind of just like, from what I can tell from the journals, it was just kind of, it was just kind of like, you drowned.
Walk and talk. Where are you headed toward?
North, I think. Headed north to the guys. So like the first one, it was kind of like she like drowned for a second and then was like resuscitated, but like she was dead for like a couple of seconds, so like it counted, and then that like kicked into the next Slayer that came along, which is Faith, and then like she died again.
No, wait. Kendra.
I'm so sorry. You're right. Sorry, I keep forgetting about Kendra.
No, I do love the diatribe. But as you are walking and diatribing, what were the perception rolls for the people in the murder basement?
I got a 13.
You got a 13.
I also got a 13.
Fabulous. What were you trying to perceive? Were you looking at anything in particular? Did either of you approach the body?
Oh, I definitely would have approached the body at one point to.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably dead. You gotta like. I have a very scientific tool for this called a stick.
Great. He's a little gooey. When
Oh
you
no,
poke him
I
with the
hate
stick,
that.
little
That's-
gooey. Fluid doesn't like come out of where you poke, but there's like an indent. And
No.
you also have to poke adjacent to this weird and sticky dandelion fluff that's outside. It's also on the guy's body.
Mhm.
But as far as you can tell, they're dead and gooey, like a human marshmallow.
I mean,
I'm so sorry. I didn't know how to describe it. I'm so sorry.
So gross.
my
Oh,
follow-up
The reaction
question.
is great.
My follow-up question is: there anything wriggly?
Ah,
I have to ask.
No, but with the 13, you do notice the 2 puncture wounds on the neck that were done by quote unquote PCP raving teenagers with
with barbecue forks.
yes. No, not barbecue forks, grill forks, because they're longer
Grill
and
forks.
pointier and they hurt more.
Yeah, of course.
I'm looking at Isabel.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
I
what
have-
this is.
I've taken pictures, and I definitely got close to the body to sniff it, because scent is one of my strongest senses.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make
right,
you
'cause you're
roll.
a
It should be
dog.
more decomposed and more dead. It should
This
smell.
is
It should smell like whatever people envision the movie Seven smelled like. Like it should smell like that in here, but it decidedly does not.
whatever this white stuff is. It's a preservative. This body is like it's like somebody decided they wanted to drown it and then put it on the couch.
Oh, see, I was thinking something way grosser, but sure.
I mean, they could have pumped it full of Jello, based on how the body moved when you poked it.
Oh no, not jello. How much you know about how spiders feed?
Oh, gross.
Ah, so you know enough for that to be gross. Got it.
Yeah, does that mean the inside is jelly, like goop instead of solid?
I don't know. I could find
Can you
out,
poke
but I
the
don't.
hand and see if there's still bones?
I suppose poke the hand with my poking stick.
You poke the hand.
Does
There
it have
are
bones?
bones, and you only know this because you poke through, and some like,
No.
congealed blood comes out of one of the fingers, but there's bone right there. And then I'm not going to describe more because I don't want to send people off too far. But it's definitely not good.
Well, I don't feel good about this at all, or what I'm about to do.
Oh no.
What is what is it you're about to do now?
I mean,
now
I
I'm
gotta
here?
collect a sample, and I've got it's goo is coming out. I don't like what's about to happen. I make sure to wear gloves.
Yeah, that's good. That's good practice. As you collect your sample, which you will be able to do, I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Okay.
We can go back to so. Piper, you have a choice to make. Were you trying to catch up with Fiona and Bethany as they're having their conversation going north? Were you curious about Jamie? Because they've been on your list for a while. You also got a text message about school. You have a lot of choices to make right now, Piper.
I do. I gotta say, this is the one time I actually want to go to school because they told me I can't be there, and I'm really curious as to what's going on and why I can't be there.
Are you a klepto
am-
in this game too?
What?
Are you a klepto in this game too?
No, I'm not a klepto anywhere. I am a perfectly nice girl. Every game.
You do have the quickest movement towards school because the school is east of the morgue, so it's a straight shot for you.
I should really go back to my friends, but I really want to know what's going on at the school.
All right. So they've tried real hard to cordon off the school so people can't go in. There are gawkers here.
Okay.
So, but you know a way into the school that does not involve you having to go through a traditional entrance if you would like to do that.
That's what I would like to do.
All right, so you go through the school. I'm not going to make you do a Pink Panther roll because no one's looking for you. So you're just kind of sleuthing it about. You end up near the wood shop, metal shop. It's a little bit outdoors, so you're in like this like weird breezeway. You manage to get up on a box you can see in a window because they've kind of locked the door, and you don't have the tools to do locksmithing. It's just not something you're equipped with at this time in the morning. You see, well,
Real quick, I do want to mention I put my phone on silent.
That's good because I am definitely texting you.
When I was going through the tunnels to get into the school, I put my phone on silent.
Yes, so your phone is on silent, so you are being texted. And what you see may garner you having some response.
Okay.
Your brain is like, this is a person wrapped in spider web. You can't really tell because they're not really positioned where you can see it in the window. But like you see the paramedics, not the Bobs, a different set of paramedics, have kind of not moved the person, but whatever was going on with them. You see this weird like trail of like pieces of fig, like they were having a snack, but like their feet and legs that you can tell seems to be covered in some sort of white spider web.
Okay, so I can make sure that I understand what I'm saying. There's a body wrapped in what looks to be a spider web.
You can only see legs and feet, so you are
Only legs and
assuming
feet.
about
Okay.
the rest of it. But
Okay, where exactly are the paramedics in relation to the spider webbed legs?
they're not facing toward it right now. They're facing away from it, like looking for stuff in their bag. You can't hear what they're saying without opening a window and therefore potentially exposing yourself to the paramedics. But it kind of looks like a person was wrapped up by a spider, or at least their legs were. And there are no bugs here, by the way.
Oh, good.
There were actually no bugs the closer you got to the school.
Okay. Do I see or hear anyone else?
I rolled a 9. You do not see or hear anyone else.
Okay. Would I be able to use quick illusion to make myself look like a school administrator, maybe not the principal or vice principal, maybe like the secretary that works in the office, somebody that would be allowed and not necessarily questioned for being there. Alternately, if not one of the school people, maybe a paramedic that I have seen before in the town.
The only issue with doing this is you have not perfected the ability to speak. So you can make an illusion where it'll look like someone's in the room, but
Okay.
unless you're going to literally stand there puppeting it with concentration, it's just going to be standing there. It won't speak. It probably won't blink unless you're making it blink really hard. The one downside to quick illusion is it doesn't really give it as much physical presence the closer you get.
Okay. Does it seem like the paramedics are going to be leaving the room anytime soon? Like, can I hear them?
Another 5, yeah, maybe another 5-10 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna wait them out and see if they leave in the next 5-10 minutes. If they do, I want to try to sneak into the room.
Are you going to check your text messages while you are kind of crouched and hiding and waiting for the people to leave?
I should, because that would be the smart thing to do, but no, because I don't want to be focused on my phone and miss somebody coming up the hallway and seeing me.
All right. Fiona and Bethany, you are moving north. You are still talking about Slayers being alive, potentially, or being alive and dead. You feel free to continue that conversation in line of thinking. Or have moved on to another topic.
We've probably moved on because I will have said I'm going to text. I think there's some sort of citywide ritual happening. I don't. It's just based on we have a west, a north, east, east, and then south is the school. And I'm the only person I think who could really fix this, figure it all out, will be the magic girl, because that's not me. But that's basically what I'm talking about. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, do you like Swedish meatballs?
I'm sorry. What?
Do you like Swedish meatballs from IKEA?
Mm-hmm. Why?
My mother would like to meet you. She would like to invite you and probably all of my new friends to dinner. My parents are not normal.
Okay, there are a lot of bits of information here. Why don't we see if we make it out alive?
You know
This.
I'm gonna just say yes, we are. But you don't actually have to answer me now because I think it's a little weird that my mom wants to meet you, but she's the one who told me about Slayer. So if she might know something that my
Okay.
family's kind of steeped in this stuff, and I'm just learned about it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. What's your mom's name? Sorry, I didn't realize that was going to be a stumper.
Yes, Bethany, what is your mother's name?
I
Yes.
quickly look and see if I've actually written it down in anywhere bio. Oh, I don't.
If not, her name is Susan, and that is canon now.
No. Her name is Rachel, and her father's name is oh, he's French. Oh, so we've been talking about Marcus.
Pierre.
No, it's Marcus and Rachel
Okay.
Dubois.
Sure. Are these names that I would have come across in the Slayer diaries, or are they just people like groupies?
Not
Slayer
in the
groupies?
Slayer, not in the Slayer diaries.
Okay.
About not having a traditional watcher of your own, there are some holes that you don't have information for that would be super great to have information for.
I would love to have a watcher, but no. Fucking Slayer.
Sending one, 7 to 10 business days, you'll have some meditation practices.
blame.
And then maybe a watcher.
I feel like somehow Xander Harris has something to do with this.
Never know for sure.
Okay.
They mentioned something about having a library that I will have to see at some point.
Is there a hot Slayer hot watcher that I could borrow for the time being? Anyway, yeah, I don't see why I can't. I don't see why not. But like I said, let's get through this first.
All right.
And we'll go from there.
Let's see if I can get Piper to come with us too.
Cool. Okay.
I don't
Sounds
know
great.
about Simon. He seems kind of angry.
Speaking of Piper, where the hell is she? And she texts Piper, "Where the hell are
I
you?"
don't know. I texted her what I was saying about the whole. I think there's this big ritual going on, but all I know is there are points, and I didn't. I guess we should ask the boys if the person who died looked like it was a vampire. but isn't.
No. Oh, you mean there with them? It probably is the same situation. Like it's probably meant to look like vampires, but it's not. That's my guess. Especially if it did. All right. So I'm gonna text the guys. Hey,
Yeah.
did your dead body have holes in its neck?
I mean, yes? Question mark?
Question mark.
You
I
think
feel
it
like
was-
that's a yes or a no.
We think it was spiders? Question mark.
Oh, also, when we go by my house, I stop at the car and I grab a Thomas guide, which includes the map of the
What's a
town.
Thomas guide?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas.
I
Okay.
assume it's like a town map. I assume that's
No,
what
a Thomas guide is actually how you found your way around in the 80s and 90s and before there was.
Yeah, it was a type of atlas you could get.
It is the most. It was the most detailed type
Oh,
of
okay.
atlas for every town. They had them by area. They are amazing maps. In fact,
Okay.
I still have mine, and I basically am flipping through trying to figure out if I can get one of the maps to see if I can get all of the points, the 4 points that I know about, on the same place.
And you have enough time as you're walking. You are close enough north. I'm futzing with time a little bit if I have to. That, again, even though you are not werewolves, surveying the scene of this basement room, supposedly, it should smell like dead body. The dead body has been, it looks like somebody had poked it, because the floor is a little wet now, with some kind of fluid thing. Same weird white hay stuff is here, except it's also in the grass outside. There are bugs moving, so the scenes do reminisce of each other, just without the explosion angle.
Okay.
Yeah. What is this white stuff? I could not tell what it was.
Demon
we know
spiders.
we know it's not spiders because we talked about this. It's not
Wait,
the
did
same.
you just say demon spiders?
It's just so much
Yes.
worse.
I think that's an oxymoron anyways, really, you know?
Kind of.
No, it's not. No,
Why
it's an
not at
appropriate.
this moment?
It's an
Consider that
appropriate.
there might be demon spiders. Gross.
Let's not consider that any more than we already have, which is nothing. So let's go. Because I don't like them either. Okay, so there were holes in the neck. Right? Yes. I need a yes or no, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
You said yes with a question mark. Okay, that was not a
Right,
question
because
mark, not an answer.
the question mark was for the inflection for why are you asking?
That's not how texting works. You
How
can't.
do you know how texting works? It's new!
I don't know. When I get a word with a question mark, it's a question, not an answer.
It's just a question. It's not. Yes, you can't say yes. Like.
You just did with your mouth right there.
All right. So, was there this weird, sticky, gross substance that kind of like hay, but not quite like hay, kind of like spider silk, but not quite like spider silk?
Yes.
Great, awesome.
It was like white, sticky stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say that it was meant to look like a vampire, was not a vampire, because there was another body with the same situation. It was not a vampire situation. So.
That did not look like a
ours
vampire
was
at
all
all.
like puffy, like filled with liquid. It was gross.
I at no part thought that was a vampire problem.
Like a soup pinata.
Never say that again.
I'm like, does anybody actually say that? Because
No,
Has anyone
God,
seen
no.
Piper?
I don't.
She hasn't said or done anything in a
No,
while.
we don't know where she is. We're trying to figure out where the hell she is. I'm afraid she might have died at this point because we kind of need her little witch. But
All right. So, oh no, go ahead, finish your diatribe. Oh, please.
so,
Actually, do. Sure, yeah.
okay, so yes to the holes in the neck that look kind of like a spider, kind of like not a spider, kind of like tuning forks, kind of like barbecue grill, whatever the hell you want to say. There's definitely white sticky stuff all over the walls. Okay. So we're assuming this is the same situations. So we're at the building, right? Like we're outside.
Yeah. You are outside of the house. It's not an apartment complex.
I'm gonna
You-
go in.
Yes.
I want to. I want to.
There's
I wanna do the. But
I was gonna say the smell of flowers like decreases the closer you get to the house. I don't know how he didn't see it. He didn't smell it, but I did.
Okay.
The big
I
thing to
wonder.
note,
Stare directly at the side of his head. I wonder.
the big thing to note about this body that you will specifically note, Fee, is that it should be decomposed more. It is paler. It looks like whatever happened. Maybe at least even a week before whatever you saw today.
Okay. Am I able to do the whole like touching it vampire and not vampire thing again? I'm assuming it's the same situation, but that's how I die.
You do the same thing because it's slightly more liquidous. It's a little more pronounced, but yes, it's like if this is a vampire, they're doing a sucky job at it. Pun intended. Or they're not doing a sucky job at it as pun would intend. But whatever's going on, someone is trying to make you think it's a vampire, and I mean, there's no reason that it couldn't also be some sort of weird citywide ritual, as Bethany is attuning to, and now Piper has fallen off the face of the earth, apparently.
She's dead. I've decided she's dead. So
You can't just decide things like that. Oh, actually, you probably can. But
I probably can.
well,
Right.
I don't want her to be dead. I'm just concerned.
The other place we can go is the school and find it. They closed it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. But at the same time, this is not a vamp situation, again, as I perceived.
Yes. So let's go back to Piper. Piper, the paramedics are like, they are gesturing. You can't hear what they're saying, but you note they're gesturing to the body, and they have those look of that annoyed look that people get when you ask too many questions they don't want to answer. It's very much the annoyed look. And as they leave the building, or they leave the room, one of them is like, "We have to get a shovel or something. I don't know how we're going to get her off the floor."
Can I roll something to see if I hear anybody else in the room?
Yeah, you can just do a perception notice roll. That'll be
Okay.
always going to be the noticing skill. Have you checked your phone at all, by the way? Because you have like 40 texts, which is a lot even for you.
No, I know that I should, but I'm so worried that I'm gonna be focused on my phone and somebody's gonna walk by and I'm gonna get caught.
I would never do that to you.
I got a 10.
Every time you say it, it's bullshit.
I don't know what you're all talking. You're all so sus of me. But
because we've played with you before, maybe.
10 is higher than 9, so you don't hear anyone. You just hear the squeak of the paramedics because they have paramedic shoes, so they have a squeak as they kind of walk away to get back to their EMT truck.
I am gonna very carefully sneak into the room where the body is.
Smell of roses is very fresh and present. There are some figs on the ground, pieces of fig, like something was interrupted. And there is the body of a girl, Sophia, that is just laying there. One hand, and the legs have weird white sticky dandelion fluff like stuff on them. They're not very pale. Like if they weren't like lying down with their eyes open, you might think they were taking a nap and like what's up.
Okay. Very quickly, I'm gonna reach in my bag and I'm gonna pull out a couple of empty spell jars. I am going to take a pair of tweezers out of my bag, and I'm going to pick up one of the fig pieces and put it in the spell jar and cork it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take some of the web light stuff and put it in another one and cork it. And anything that around that looks like it could be a spell component of some kind, I'm taking a piece of it so that I can research what kind of spells
You
they could
don't
be
see
used
anything
with.
else.
Okay.
For the smell of roses in the room, there are no flowers in this room. It is antiseptically Bauhausian, modern metal woodshop type stuff.
Okay. I don't want to hang out in this room for too much longer, but I want to do one last look around really quick to see if I missed anything.
No.
Okay.
Except for the fact that it is a body apparently stuck to the floor, which maybe you don't want to think about too hard. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You see nothing else in the room.
Okay. I am gonna sneak back out, and once I get into the tunnel that leads to the bookshop, I'm gonna look at my phone
Yes.
and go through like the hundreds of messages that I have, and I'm gonna send out texts. I was just in the school. I know why. I know what's going on. Meet me at the bookstore. I can't remember the name of the bookstore, but it's the one that's connected
It's
to the
called the Grantis Research Center. They don't call it the book. Everyone calls it the bookstore. No one calls it Grantis. Well, some people call it Grantis, but mostly, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I will tell them to meet me there,
Okay.
and I will head.
Everyone has received this message. Do you attend the meeting with Piper, who is not dead, who just does not answer their text messages?
Yeah,
Might as well.
You're gonna just get from Fee. Glad you're not dead. Be there soon.
She's gonna look at
I-
them dead. Why would they think I was dead? I
Like-
told them I had a thing to do.
Like, I actually asked the bookstore. Is there only one in town?
This is
Campus one.
this is a bookstore that was built by the rich kids specifically, so they wouldn't rebuild the free library in the school.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So this is like the privatized version of the school library. Essentially, it's basically a mini Barnes and Noble with the smoothie shop attached.
Okay.
Love smoothies.
You can have a smoothie to simmer out your anger if you so wish. They just got a fresh shipment of mangoes in, if that helps at all.
Would
Mm.
Fiona know?
Are there spiders? Are there spiders on the mangoes? Because there are spiders on the last thing that I had to put in my mouth.
No, you're really hyper focused on that.
Gee, I wonder why. Could be that it was a terrifying situation, and I didn't. check
I apologize.
before.
I shouldn't mock that. That's not cool.
No, it's
But,
okay.
Would
yeah,
Fiona
but-
know about Carrie and the secret room that Carrie had in the bookstore?
Only if you told them.
Okay, I have not told them yet. So, okay.
Okay. So you just kind of, if they come in early, you just kind of appear from behind the stacks like you're an employee. But if they come later, then they're not going to know.
No, I'm inside the bookstore waiting, obsessively looking around just in case Mayhew shows up so that I can hide.
No, they got the text message, and the Miss Gill kids decided to take the day off.
Of
So
course they
you are
did.
free of Mayhew's presence for
Good.
now. No mariachi strains coming from up the street
Yet.
yet.
The odds of
Piper, you're in charge of-
mariachi strains
as-
are never zero.
As the four other people in your circle enter the room, the Broken Hearts Club enter the room, unless someone else wishes to take charge of the meeting, we're going to go probably another half an hour, just to get us to a place to pause. But Piper has said they have everything figured out.
I didn't say I had
there
everything
are-
figured out. I said I knew what was going on in the school. It's a
Okay.
very important distinction. When I see them all walk in, I will kind of motion for them to follow me. And and I will lead them to the secret door. And as long as there are no employees or anybody around, I will open the door and lead them into the Carrie's secret room that she had.
The employees are not very attentive because they're not being paid enough to be attentive now. So yeah, there's a secret room in the bookstore, everybody.
I pay
Just
attention
like
to how she
D&D.
opened it for future reference.
Yes.
Is there anything neat in the secret room?
If I remember correctly, there was a bunch of like, wasn't there weapons and stuff that Carrie and Aaron would use and books?
There were weapons. Most of them went with Carrie and Aaron wherever they went. Of course, Aaron favored baseball bats, so he is more of a blunt person, but Carrie was pretty good with sharper weapons. So there are a few of them. There's a little bit of a library, but not much. You don't really smell the sewer, but you get an idea you're next to a sewer because you feel like you're kind of underground. But it's basically like it looks like a small training room. It looks like a holodeck version of like a gothic training room.
Yeah, because
Essentially.
wasn't you like we opened the door? What didn't we have to go down a level?
A
to
little
get
bit,
to
like
the room?
3 or 4 steps. Like
Oh, okay.
it's not like you have to go down this. Oh no, no! You didn't want
Hello?
to go down into the secret room. I'm so sad.
No, it's hold on a second.
Oh,
We
there he is.
yeah, he just crashed for him and he's pulling it back up.
King entrance music.
I was
Yeah,
like,
right.
it always sounded like the modem sound of things screaming
Our
to
turn.
get back in.
So sad about the secret room that you just had to. You were just like, no, why? You just had to bounce.
I don't know why Discord decided it was like, I'm done.
Once we're in there,
I'm gonna check the tiny library to see if they have any books I don't have.
They have several books you don't have.
What the hell? I've been trying to get a copy of this for months. These never go on sale.
those are Carrie's. We need to keep them here for Carrie when Carrie gets back. This
I have no idea who that is.
I know it's fine. This is a safe place that we can meet to talk about all the weird shit that's going on. Very, very few people know that this room exists, so I would appreciate it if you keep your mouth shut and you don't tell anybody.
Who am I gonna tell?
It's not technically my room, but I don't think that Carrie would mind if I use it for this. So
Simon's gonna sneeze. We're really close to the sewers, aren't we?
yes, sorry. I just this is a safe place where we can talk and not be overheard.
I put the Thomas guide on the nearest flat surface
There's your table.
and just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, you figured it out?
No, but I know what's going on in the school and why they pushed back classes a couple of hours.
Is it the same not vampire dead body thing?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah. Did I notice that there were puncture marks on the neck, or was it just webbed?
If you saw, roll me a perception notice, and we'll see if you noticed it or not.
11.
11. Yeah, you were like, oh, vampire, but with a twist, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, there was. It looked like a vampire bite, but there was something weird about it. I don't know. It was just weird. But the body was stuck to the floor in the metal shop wood shop area. It was like almost like a spider web, and I'm gonna reach in my bag and I'm gonna pull out all the spell jars with all the different pieces that I collected, and I'm gonna put them on the table. I think maybe somebody was doing a spell.
I am not touching that white stuff again.
Again?
What?
I'm gonna go grab a smoothie. I need something that, the smell.
I'm
Sorry.
going to actually have you roll intelligence for me to see if you can figure out how to get out of this room. See if you are paying enough attention to get out of the room.
It's just intelligence plus something else. Can I say Mr. Fix-It because I'm used to working with stuff with my hands?
We'll say it's intelligence plus notice.
This is gonna be great.
Yes.
He's trapped forever.
Or until someone
I might be.
opens the door.
Oh, I got an 11.
Oh, darn.
You got an 11. Yeah, Simon is like, I need a smoothie, and then leaves Piper in the middle of your big reveal speech.
He's sneezed like half a dozen times, so there's definitely something going on there.
I think he might have allergies.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe
I'm
the
sure,
books.
I'm sure it's allergies.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is what I picked up from the area. I think maybe it looked like somebody was doing a spell. I didn't have time to actually look. I was worried that I was going to get caught, so I didn't have time to actually check to see if there was residual magic.
There's a lot of magic. Also, the same exact type of body was in the apartment that you hung up on me on.
For
The-
spell.
The place that was up north, and I'm actually starting to point on the map. I'm like,
Yeah.
so we've
When
got
she's-
4 points now where this has happened with the smell of roses.
Jason will start pulling out his own collected sample jars to see if they match up. It's like, yeah,
And
these
I
were up north where Fee hung up on us twice at, so don't worry. She's
You know
got
what?
you beat for
It-
hanging up on people.
Listen, it's not my fault.
The first one was the second one. One of them was my fault.
Yeah.
Did you guys
One of them-
collect any samples from where you were?
No.
Yeah, you said
No,
you
I
put your hands on it. Did you not
I got
bring any?
I got twisted into a wall
I was
by a certain person.
I'm sorry, I get a little
There's some on
overexcited.
my jacket. Can you take that?
It is the stuff on the jacket is the same stuff.
So yes, you can
as
take
the
the sample off that. I had it all over my hands. I had it on my face. It was gross. But there's
Hey,
nothing that I could
You shouldn't
I-
touch that
I
stuff
would
with
like
your
to point out that
hands if
I
you don't know
threw
what it
myself
is.
onto a dead body.
That was your
Which is
choice.
worse.
That
What?
was
I,
Why?
I had to know. I had to
Hold
know.
on.
Okay, guys, I will actually also step in. You only have 3 places that you know
Wait,
about.
Yeah,
we have
yeah. We have
You have the point in the north
because
with
I was
the
making
basement.
What about
and you
the
have
morgue?
point-
No, the morgue didn't have
You
anything.
don't know anything about the morgue, so you
right.
only have the
I
3.
Actually,
about the
I
morgue.
was. I need to. I'm making the assumption that Piper did find a body like that. I'm like, and wherever you found your thing, besides the school, and I'm pointing to the map.
No, that was something different. That wasn't no. It was different.
Can we at least maybe look at how like equidistant from like if the 3 like intersect and maybe the 4th one is like a similar thing on the map?
Simon, as you re-enter with your smoothie, I do want you to give me an intelligence or knowledge and Mr. Fix-It roll. Jason, by the way, you can flip through the books if you want to while everyone's talking.
Just don't
Super
steal
I
cool
got a
knowledge
9.
stuff there. You got a 9. Yeah, those 3 points are very equidistant to one center point, and you just kind of with your smoothie, you're just like, hey, those are all kind of equidistant from something or something of that nature.
He's lived in town his entire life.
Yeah.
He knows these streets.
You
He's like,
literally,
huh?
so
You
you
know,
literally
street.
say, hey, that looks like Vintner Vine Avenue.
It looks like what?
It looks like Vintner Vine Avenue is where they meet.
What is significant about Bittner and Vine?
Piper? What's significant about Vintner Vine Avenue? I didn't know how else to say it. This is where my lack of GMing comes in. My lack of
No,
GMing
but I never knew what actual street it was on. Piper's gonna kind of grab the book and look at it and put it back down. So about 6 months ago, something really weird happened at that location.
Thing really weird in this town? Shocking.
I know, right? Yeah,
Ugh.
it's a fraternity, right? Is where we were
It
at
was
a
just
frat
a
house?
house that was being. It was a house being sold by Cindy Shell-Sophis, who was one of May Hughes' cronies in the Future Tech Bros of America. So it was just being sold by Cindy.
Okay,
But
that's why I thought it was a frat house, just because it was a lot of details. Okay.
a lot of douchebaggery getting that information,
Yeah.
and you're still paying for it.
Yeah. Myself and the Slayer before you, Fee, and a demon hunter and some other people, we had to go to that location, and there was a bunch of vamps there, and it was the first time I used my mind to throw a vampire into the wall, and he got staked, and it was very exciting. But anyway,
Amazing.
there was
I love that for you.
sorry. It was a
It's
very
okay, it's
exciting
okay.
time for me.
I'm really excited about this stuff too.
There was a statue in the backyard, and I can't remember, John. I'm sorry to mess this up, but I can't remember
Sisterhood
exactly
of-
what it was doing.
Sisterhood of J. I think it's the specific Buffy. It's a specific Buffy cult for female empowerment that got twisted to seduce the boys to make them think they were going to get hot trad wives, and it was really they were going to like lose. They were going to lose their souls into basically what douchebag tech bros that have too much money and no common sense in high school would do. So the Sisterhood of JHE is a real thing. Bethany, it's definitely in your library at home. You hadn't quite gotten there in the Slayer Diaries yet, Fiona, but anytime someone says Sisterhood, it's not good.
Question though.
There are good sisterhoods, but you haven't like heard of like good.
No, that's fair.
Stuff. Yeah.
At some point, can I make a point to read the Slayer Diaries? Like the further on, is that a thing I can choose to do? Okay, because I would like to. I would like to not metagame because I have so much in my brain from the show.
I will let you know that you may have time to do it, or you may not. But I promise you, all the knowledge you have is very useful in a variety.
So yeah, I relay that information, and then I'm like, and so the dream that we all had weird dreams with Mother.
Yeah.
I didn't have a weird dream.
Oh well, yeah, except for you.
Must be nice.
Of course, my computer tried to murder me, so
Well,
you know.
yeah, that's weirder, if I'm being honest.
Wait, what?
So my dream.
eBay is a hell of a place.
My dream took place at this location, and Mother was there. But I mean, we destroyed the statue, so I don't.
Did you? How did you get rid of the statue? The pieces.
I don't think we got that far in the one shot, so I don't know.
You just basically tore the statue down, and then we went to the next day. So that's a decision that you can make as the that was there.
So, we magically did something to the pieces. I guess we I don't know.
Pulverized.
Yeah, we made sure that the statue was completely destroyed, and I made sure that all of the magic that the statue contained was dissipated. And then any pieces that were left over, we got rid of.
Mm-hmm.
So you broke it into a bunch of pieces and scattered the dust.
Well, yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but I also made sure that the magic that was contained inside of it was gone before we did that.
I know I have heard of that sisterhood thing. I'm pretty sure I've skimmed across one of it in one of the library books. Like I said, I haven't gotten very far, but I can go look for it later.
Was the only thing there significant the statue, or did they put the statue there because it was a significant place for things to happen?
I don't know. As far as I know, I mean, it was just the statue made this place significant.
Can't remember. I could have swore at one point I had a map of the ley lines in the area.
You know,
Of course, it might have got stolen by Mother friggin' with her stupid goddamn rose petals. I'm very mad about that. She like wiped out pages of my books. It's very frustrating.
Speaking of the rose petals, did you smell the rose petals
yes.
in the locations that you guys were at? Because the first location that I went to that I said had nothing to do with this smelled really strongly of those rose petals.
I mean, like the farther away we were from the site, it was a strong smell, and then when we got closer, it kind of dissipated. It was weird.
Oh yeah, I have a quick question, GM. By the way, the various sample jars that had the bugs, are they still like super aggressively trying to get out, or have they like calmed down that they're away from the area?
Did you bring them with you? Did you leave them on the lawn? What I don't know.
I didn't leave them on the lawn. Someone would take my stuff.
It's true. They seem.
I said earlier I put my samples next to
They do
Piper's.
not seem content to be in the jar, but they seem less ill-content than they were previously. They are still clinking to get out, but they are less aggravated than they were? Question mark. They might have also died from lack of oxygen. Who knows?
Or figs. What's with the figs?
I think it's a spell component.
Or a snack.
Or a snack, but I don't know, the way it was arranged, it made me think it was a spell component. Can I call Charles real quick?
Yeah, you can definitely call Charles. You hear the sound of Chips on the other end of the phone, and it sounds like you caught him on his lunch break. He goes, "Oh, hi. Yeah, did you go to the hardware store?"
No, I haven't made it there yet, but I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Has anything weird happened at the morgue today?
Yeah, that's every day. That's the whole thing.
But I mean specifically.
Are you talking about the body that looks like it was wrapped in dandelions?
For fuck's sake!
Actually.
Yeah, we had this like drifter that was found like last night and was found like behind the building and was brought in, and it's like someone like buried him in daffodils, but they're like super sticky. We had an awful time getting him like on a slab, but yeah, it looked like that thing with like the PCP gang with the growth works people yammer on about because it's so stupid. But it's like that, except there's like a whole lot of liquid.
Do you remember the rose smell that you mentioned? And I smelled it when I opened the door to go back inside. Did that start when you brought the body in there, or did it start before that?
Come to think of it, kind of started when we brought the body inside. Because we're pretty airtight here. Maggie had to go home early because of it, actually, which is kind of nice. But yeah, just
is there
I guess so.
Is there anybody else working today? Could you go home too?
No, because if I go home, then you can't get into the building because I have the key card. So if you're insinuating what I think you're insinuating, then I can't go home yet.
I mean, that's not what I was insinuating, but now that you mention that, how
like am I in danger? Is this like
I don't want you there because I'm worried that you might be in danger. So how about you give me the key card and I'll give it back to you when I'm done with it.
Oh no, I know that trick. No, that's not how this works. And he like
come on, you know me. You know I wouldn't. You know I wouldn't do that.
You're now talking to the dial tone as
Simon, where is the morgue? And I point on the map. I'm like, where is it?
I'll point out the morgue.
The morgue is southwest of. It's actually west of the school in an almost straight line.
what kind of
You have 5 points. You have 5 points of interest now that all converge in this one location on Vintner Vine Avenue.
I'm not certain we actually need to go to the morgue. I think we have to go here.
I agree.
I don't think we.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
As I don't think your friend's in danger. I mean, okay, he lives here in Ocean Shores. He's in danger, but I don't think he's in immediate danger. I hope.
I don't think so either. But
You
I'm
mean
still
Ocean
gonna send
Heights,
him a
right?
text. Yeah.
Yes.
Go home. I'm not going there. Just tell him to go home.
Yeah, I'm gonna send him a text. You freaking idiot! If something happens to you, I'm never gonna forgive you.
Oh, that's romantic. That's nice.
It's
Pretty
not
soon you'll have
romantic.
2 mariachi bands at your
No,
front
it's
door.
not. It's not romantic. It's tactical because she can get information from him.
I'm just teasing. Just in the interest of this episode, we can hand wave you going for any prep that you want to do before you go if you are deciding to go. The one question I have as a GM is, are you waiting until it's dark out? Are you attending school today? Are you going right away? Now that you've all had smoothies or smoothie adjacent things and are power boosted, do you feel confident in heading to the location, or?
I mean, I personally would love an opportunity to maybe go through some books and try and figure out what this is, or maybe what spell was potentially cast
Same.
before we run directly into it.
That is very
I don't know if we
fair.
have the time to wait. That's the thing. If it's a spell that's worldwide or citywide, citywide, they have set it off in a way or done enough. Magic Girl, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Girl.
And we have to interrupt it, right?
We do, but we also need to know how to safely interrupt it.
Yeah, some stuff cascade fails and then goes nuclear.
Okay, maybe we should go to my house and look at our library, and I'll just call my mom and tell her to order, the Swedish meatballs.
Or your mom can get a
Swedish,
Bigfoot pizza from Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, my mom wants to meet my new friends. It's a little, it's weird, but it's my parents, so, and they sort of are in the know. Okay, they're not sort of in the know. They're in the know.
They know shit. Not sure how they know shit. But
I know things when I touch things. They know shit because it goes through my family.
My mom doesn't even know shit, okay?
Okay, they don't know all the shit, but they know shit.
Hey, GM, real
Alright.
quick side question.
Yes.
Speaking of books and all, when's that book I ordered supposed to arrive? I know it's coming from a long way, but I don't know what the time frame is there.
So, funny story about the book
There it
that
is.
you ordered never actually existed.
Oh,
We'll be
what?
waiting for that package. But all will be revealed, and all will be revealed in the next episode when Piper sort of has to face a little bit of the past in order to get to the future. And also, everybody's going to have a lot of pizza, and Bethany's parents are going to be super weird about everything. So, there is a little bit of a time crunch. But there'll be more to come, and there's a lot more adventure to come for the Broken Hearts Club. So, stay tuned for the next episode.